So we're going to do our single leg deadlift. Now if you're using a weight, then you're going to hold it to the opposite leg that's working, so that's the same side as the moving leg. Now we're going to have a little bend in our knee when we do this movement, okay? So you don't want to necessarily have a stiff leg. So we're going to start by just hovering the opposite leg off the floor. And then as you start, you're going to hinge your pelvis over your thigh with that little soft leg. You should feel a stretch through the front leg, and then you're going to pull yourself back up again. So you're going to keep going with that. So we're aiming to do 12 to 15 times. You can reach your hand out to the side for support, but we're aiming to keep that straight spine, so that neutral spine, and you're really trying to pull from the hamstring to come back up again. So keep letting your foot adjust and wobble, so ideally your pelvis doesn't, and we're aiming to keep that hip, that pelvis, really nice and square. So if you ever had one of those little wooden toys where you sort of, little duck that you tapped and it sort of nodded to the floor and back up again, that's what you're trying to do. And you should very much feel this through the back of your thigh, but a deadlift works your lower back and your hamstrings quite a lot. Okay, we're trying to keep our chest open, so there's our upper back working. And you might feel this quite a lot through the outside of your calf as well, because that's there to work to stabilize you. Oh, so if you fall out, don't worry, just come back up to the top and you're going to go again. And remember, your head is part of your spine, so you want to allow that head and that gaze to travel forward as you go, so we're not hyperextending the neck. And every time we come up to straight, we're coming up and through, so we're not finishing in hip flexion. We're going to do one more, so you're aiming for 12 to 15. I don't know about you, but I always lose count. And you're going to pause there. Switch the dumbbells to the other side. Shake out that leg, start upright. Hand can reach out to the side if it wants. And again, we're going to reach the leg away and we're going to tip forward. And then pull yourself back up. So you should feel your glute working, particularly as you come up to standing. And that back leg staying really nice and strong, so it's also working you. So don't be surprised if your balance on one side is worse. That's really normal. If you're really struggling with this, you can hold on to something to just give you a little bit of support. But really try and use those obliques as well to keep you as stable as possible. So the weight doesn't have to be really heavy here, but obviously the heavier you go, the harder this can be. But we're looking for, can you keep that feeling of your pelvis going over your thigh, your back staying really nice and strong in its neutral spine, so this is your sitting position, and can you come up from your legs? 2 more. Last one. Well done.